welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Buds. Today we are reviewing Castle and Key, and so I thought we would explain what Castle and Key was before it became Castle and Key. And so 1887, a familiar face, Colonel E.H. Taylor, founded the Old Taylor Distillery, and from 1887 to 1920 it operated as the Old Taylor facility until Prohibition closed it down. And for the next century, it changed hands and it changed occupants, and eventually the whole facility was in ruins until 2012, when the current owner of the facility, Will Arvin, looked at photos of the old Taylor Distillery, and he said that he didn't say, he thought there was a lot of potential that could be made if he restored this site. And so in 2014, he and one other person and a whole team of people set out to restore it, and you have what is known as Castle and Key today. And Zach, what would you like to tell us about this bourbon in general?
So this is their first wheated product. Their small batch came out, I think, in April of this year, and their rye's been out for quite a while as well. So it'll be pretty. I'm excited to try their first wheated product.
All right. Well, another note here. It kind of tells you on the back. This is batch number 1, and it's aged for 5 years. And I also love the bottle.
Yeah, that's probably one of the coolest bottles,
yes,
and the label as well.
Yes, and this topper is way heavier than you think. It's made of pure metal. What do you get off that?
I get something sweet, almost smells like a cookie or something, like a baked dessert.
Mm-hmm. I can understand where you're coming from with the cookie, but
very slight citrus, like fruit.
I'm not really getting much of the citrus. It's just, I think a lot of the cookie part is from the wheated aspect of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's supposed to be pretty sweet. Ready to try it?
Oh, cheers.
Oh yes.
What do you think about it?
I think it's pretty good. But this is my first Castle and Key product that I've had, so I don't really have much to compare it against, but it has a very sweet wheat flavor.
Yes.
And also, it is extremely smooth, which I read that is what they focused on for this bourbon. They focused on a sweeter flavor and a smooth finish. It's kind of like, the most of what on the palate is a very wheat and like a sweet wheat sort of flavor profile. You can kind of get like a hint of oak in it. Did you get anything like that?
Slightly. I think it's very good. My only complaint is the smoothness of it. Like, it's extremely smooth, but it's almost so smooth that it knocks out the finish.
Yeah.
I think it's a little thin.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good though. I mean, it's their first batch. It's their first wheated product.
Mm-hmm. I
think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I do too. And it and for the first introduction, my introduction to Castle and Key, this is pretty good. It went for $65 when I bought it at the distillery. Personally, I think it could go down to like 55 or 50, maybe 45, but 65. You're not really destroying your wallet for a bottle of mediocre stuff. This is good stuff.
No, it's a better wheated bourbon than a lot of other ones, for sure. Like non-barrel strength.
I just like this bourbon, and I can we just talk about the bottle real quick?
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think about this bottle, other than the fact that it just looks cool?
It's a different design than most other bottles. Like most bottles, you get the typical, neck design. That looks almost like a decanter.
And I like the label of the bottle. You can see like how the
gold.
Yes, and it sticks out too, and it gives it a whole layer.
What I think would be interesting is if they ever release a barrel strength version of
this. I think that'd be pretty good.
Oh, it would be really good. It's really good. I just think it's a little thin.
But this is their first batch.
Yeah,
they'll get used to it.
The second batch and so on will be a lot different. So we'll see.
So in conclusion, I think this is a good bourbon. it's worth the $65, but it could stand to lose maybe about 10 to 15.
I agree.
But Zach, do you have any final thoughts?
I would recommend it for what the price of it is. Like Nick said, I agree it could be a little lower.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're really into bourbon history and the fact this is their first weeded release, I mean it's pretty cool for $65.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's about it.
Mm-hmm. So if there's no other thoughts, this has been another episode of the Bourbon Buds. We hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to click the bell icon to get notified of when we upload. And make sure to comment down below and tell us what your experience with Castle and Key is. And be sure to follow our Instagram down in the link in the description below. And happy Halloween, everybody.